Okay, so I am doing this. All right, make sure the volume's off. There we are. And I'm going to put this on a screen so I can't really be looking at it. Hello, everyone. It is Susan Gerbic from the GSOW Guerrilla Skepticism on Wikipedia project. I am starting something really just out there. Um, I'm going to create a Wikipedia article because obviously I have nothing better to do. I've got thousands of things I should be doing. All right. Well, so let me show you what's going on here. One of my favorite podcasts, and I only listen to a few podcasts these days because I don't have a commute and I don't clean the house that often or and go into long road trips or anything of the sort. So I just don't watch that much, listen to that much, even though I do adore podcasts. Once I'm listening, they're usually great. But anyway, one of my favorites is Squaring the Strange with Celestia Ward and Ben Radford. Good friends of mine. I love their content. And today I saw that they had a new episode out interviewing Bob Nygar, who is a personal hero. Uh, I just amazing. He does psychic work, not psychic work, but he investigates psychics and actually gets them and puts in jail, the kind that are the curse psychics, I call them. Anyway, so before it got to the interview with Bob Nygar, which I have not finished, but I will, they have this little segment thing Ben and Celestia do. It's called What Are You Skeptical of This Week? And they do announcements and stuff like that. So Celestia just mentioned something going on in the news these days. And she said, Ben, are you on OnlyFans? Have you ever been on OnlyFans? And for those of you who don't know what that is, that's a website. I think they take 20% and people go on and they show sexualized video content, and the fans can tip them. They can, you know, ask for more odd or more content. Anyways, you're able to make tips that way. And I joke all the time and say, you know, a lot of people during the pandemic turned to doing psychic work on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and stuff like that instead of doing OnlyFans. Well, anyway, so the I didn't realize it's a British organization, OnlyFans. I found that out when I was looking at his Wikipedia article. That's what I saw. Just read a whole lot of stuff really quickly. Anyway, so what happened is there is the world is a mess right now, and we have got to get creative. And this group has gotten very creative. I don't even know what a marmot is. I didn't know what a marmot was until Celestia. I didn't even know actually until I started listening and reading the content about marmots. I would have thought it was somebody's nickname, I guess. They look like little groundhogs or the meerkats a little bit, or hamsters or something like that. Okay, so I've lived my entire life here in Salinas, California, and didn't know that marmots exist. I don't even know if I would have been able to spell it, but they are darn cute. So Celestia's explaining what's going on is that science funding education, science funding completely is gone for an awful lot of things that the Trump administration doesn't feel is important. Now, they've been doing this marmot study since 1962. 1962, that's when I was born. So I feel personal. This is a personal slight that they cut this funding. He needs thousands of dollars. Well, this organization in Colorado needs thousands of dollars. And the government just said, we're gonna start talking about we're gonna fund, I don't know, another military vessel or something. I don't know. They're saying they're gonna fund artificial intelligence and other stuff. Okay, so I didn't realize this, but a lot of what's going on with this marmot study is climate change specific. Like, how will climate change affect marmots and I guess other rodents and things of the sort? I mean, like I say, I'm not a scientist. Everybody knows that, but I can do what I can. And one of the things I can do is write Wikipedia articles or train people on my Gorilla Skeptic on Wikipedia project how to edit Wikipedia articles. So I said, here's how I can help out. I can write a Wikipedia article because Celestia mentioned in the interview, oh my gosh, there's all this coverage about it all of a sudden, and they're making nothing. I think they've made $6,000. And the man in the interview, who I've forgotten his name, I think it's Daniel something, and I'll have to know it again in a minute, is saying that, that's not even slightly enough, but he's trying everything he can. And to get research students, people who come out and study and do the work, whatever they do, he needs like $100,000 a year. He's going to not be able to have research students, I guess, and he's going to do what he can with the funds he makes. I think he has an Instagram page as well. But okay, here's the thing. People are constantly asking me for Wikipedia articles. Well, maybe not constantly, maybe every week. People are asking me for their own personal Wikipedia article or their organization or whatever. And almost always my answer is no, I'm so sorry. If I could, especially if you're in the science world or the skepticism world or, critical thinking world, or even in the paranormal world, I would absolutely love to have that Wikipedia page written for you, because that is one of the missions of the Gorilla Skeptics on Wikipedia project, is to create content that's based on science, scientific skepticism, claims of the paranormal, people of science, and that includes zoos and museums and books about all those kinds of topics. And we're happy to do that. But the thing is, Wikipedia is very difficult to have a Wikipedia page. And it's not about getting somebody to create the content, which can be hours and weeks long of work, depending on the person's ability to just sit down and do it. And, of course, their skill. I can do a Wikipedia page, I don't know, on average, maybe in 8 hours, depending on the difficulty. This one should be super fast because it is all recent information. In fact, Celestia went and gave me a whole bunch of sites. And then the next thing I know, one of the first sites I click on has a list of all the different things that this is created on, all the different media that's come in. So to create a Wikipedia article, the work is getting somebody to do it, obviously, some crazy person this has a ton of things that she should be doing. I'm supposed to be planning for my trip to Seattle in a couple of days to go to the Seattle Skeptic Camp. I hope you guys all come out to that. Skeptabalooza. It, grabbing the attention of somebody to write the article, but the citations are, oh my gosh, that's the problem. And it's so hard to explain what it is that has to be done. The content needs to be, okay, so if it's a human being, somebody says, hey, Susan, I'd really like to have a Wikipedia article. I've written a bunch of books. I get interviewed every so often. I write for Wired magazine and the New York Times and all that. And it's like, yeah, and so do a lot of people. So sorry, you're not getting a Wikipedia article, because what we need are 3 for a human being, a living human being. We need 3 articles, and they don't have to be print. I'm saying articles because it could also be something like maybe something on a TV show or something like that, not that need to be about you and not a mention of you, but about, like, why is this person notable in their own field? So you have to stand out from your peers. So you can't be just an author. Lots of people are authors. You can't be a magician. Lots of people are magicians, and they can't have Wikipedia articles. They have to stand out, and you have to be recognized by your peers for standing out in whatever way you stand out, or you have to have gained media attention, and the media attention you get has to be notable. In other words, they have uh, journalistic integrity. It's the easiest way of explaining it. Do they care about getting it right? Do they have a reputation to uphold? It also has to be independent. So it has to be, I guess the New York Times couldn't write about somebody who's on the New York Times, I guess. I mean, that would be kind of a conflict. Um, it has to be it can't be a blog, it can't be a website, it can't be a podcast. It has to be notable content. And this OnlyMarms absolutely falls under there. And I'm going to show you some of the stuff. Okay. I don't see anybody's here. I got a chicken. Edgar's here with me and nobody's watching this. Let's see. Is there anybody watching? No, of course not. All right. Oh, da, 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 da. Okay. Yeah, nobody's watching. Am I even broadcasting this? Am I making it beyond? I'm looking at my little thing here. I can't tell. Looking to see if it's outside of if it's only sharing to me. Is there anybody there? I can't tell. I can't tell. So I'm going to show you the different, because I could really use some help. If you guys are there around and you could help me out here, I'm sure I could use some help. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's global. I'm live. I've been on 12 minutes. Says it on my phone. All right. Here we go. We reduce the size. Move it over here. Let's look at some of these articles. Okay, so here's the first thing that I want to show you is that, let's see, is there anything on my screen I don't want you guys to see? No, I guess it's okay. Not that anybody's watching. All right, here's the first thing. Now, I am probably not going to be able to use squaring the strange because squaring the strange itself is not notable. It does not have, and yes, this brought it to my attention. And there is a Wikipedia article for Ben Bradford, but it's not enough to use a citation, though I sure would like to. But it's just a brief mention on a podcast that got my attention. So I want to give him a nice shout out. As far as I've gotten in the interview with Bob Nygaard, it's terrific. Okay, I know. So that's one of the things I want to let everybody know, but I'm not going to be able to use that as a citation. Okay. So here are some of the things I'm going to be able to use. And this is why it can have a Wikipedia page and other places can't. Okay, this is the New York Times. I do have a subscription to the New York Times. And it's got a lot of ads on here, so just don't worry about it. OnlyMarms. Marmots are on OnlyFans to raise money for research. It's a fascinating story. So I've read through all these. They're not that hard to read. They're from July. This one is. And I guess one of the things that's going to be difficult for me is as a Wikipedia editor, I have to sum up what is on this article and quote it. Okay. So I'm going to use that one. Here is SF Gate. This is also considered notable. And SF Gate, let me make sure it's sharing correctly. Yeah. So California researchers turned to OnlyFans as their funding dries up. Oh, I didn't know it was California. I thought it was Colorado. A marmot in central Colorado. Aren't they cute? Look at him. Look or her. Look at it. Look, aren't they cute? They look like little prairie dogs. Look at their little paws or handy things, whatever are there. Aren't they? they're just super cute and they make this cute little sound. They go, just ignore the ads that are popping up, you guys. So, yeah, lots of ads. Okay, who knows what. Look at how cute it is. Look at it eating the little piece of lettuce. Look at that. Or leaf, eating the little leaf. And I guess they're orange crested stomachs is why they got the name that they have. So, okay, so this article, oh, look. Very cute. Marmot tears. Okay. Here's another one. This is a Facebook, and this shows a woman on the Today Show interviewing the guy who's had the idea for this. Look at them. It's like they're having an argument, and here's the baby saying, "Mom, Dad, knock it off." So this is a marmot, people. I've never seen a marmot before in my life that I know of. I might have. I just probably would have thought it was something else. This one thinks it was a beaver. I might have thought it was a beaver, but they're cute, cute. Okay. Here's another article that I can use from the BBC. You can hardly see it. Look at how it blends in right there. I'm not going to show you the video unless it just happens to. Oh, look at the little dandelion in the background. Okay. All right. Oh, and I wanted to mention, I'm not on this, would not be quoting Facebook, right? It is a reel on Facebook. But what I would have to do is find the citation for this for the Today Show. So it is a good, viable source. Here is from NPR, and this is a podcast, obviously, but they have it transcribed. If not, I could have transcribed it myself. He says a lot of the same things over and over and over because he's doing all these interviews. And I mean, it wasn't really something that he was planning on doing. Is his name Daniel Blumstein? He didn't actually, yeah, Dan. He didn't actually intend for this to go kind of viral, but here it is. And then this, see here, this is UCLA. Rodents are bearing a bit of fur for science. So I can use this. This is okay. August 3rd, 2026. And see how this has all this coverage down here. I can use all of this. Now, going through these and using them will be a problem a little bit because, well, this has got way more content that I would ever need to write a Wikipedia article. I mean, if somebody came to me and said, hey, this is my coverage of myself, can I get a Wikipedia article? I'd be like, hell yeah. So but I think he's going to say the same thing on each one or different things. He's going to say, you know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, considering what people ask. I don't think this is going to be a long Wikipedia article. So that's going to be a challenge for me. So, all right. So the thing that becomes the next, oh, look, there's two people watching. Hello, two people watching. So the first problem, the second problem, the first problem was just sitting down to do it. The second problem is for me was to find an article that's a Wikipedia article that I could steal, like I could copy from, because I'm not that clever. And each kind of article is different. So like a human being has an article format, a template for a person. Now, if they're a professor or a baseball player or a cat's coming in here or something of the sort, hold on, Ham. Come here. Say hello to the two people who are watching. Here's Hamilton. He's 18. So and he's going to cover me in cat hair, but that's okay. It's all right. We love you anyway, Hamilton. So he's got this thing about, puts his head right here in the crook of my elbow for some reason. And just, that's his thing. So where was I? I'm so sorry. Okay, I was talking about you. I know him. So what we're trying to do is, oh yeah, Wikipedia. So I need a template to kind of steal from because I need to, different kinds of organizations have different kind of templates, and I need to like steer how this is going to go. So like there's an info box for person, there's an info box for organization, there's info box for nonprofits, there's info boxes for artists, there's all kinds of info boxes. So I went through my list of things that just trying to find something, and I came up with an article I wrote, oh my god, like sorry him, like 18 years ago. Well, okay, it's not been that long, but this was one of the first ones that came up, and I said, I bet this will work. And this was the Institute for the Study of Secularism and Society and Culture. And this page has gotten like 12 views a month or something. Anyway, it was a like a stub a long time ago, and I rewrote it. It's whatever. I don't even know if it's still around, but hold on, Hamilton, I'm talking. So, but it gave me the idea that maybe this is a great place to steal from, that I'm not stealing it, I'm just copying it as a template. And um I'll be able to do OnlyMarms, obviously, and then it'll have like I'll fill in the info box over here with what I can find, key people, the website, headquarters, I guess, formation date. And then with the article, the Wikipedia article I'm hoping to write will be the lead, and I will write this last because the lead is a summation of the body of the article. Yeah. So I didn't look yet to see if Dan, what's his name? Whatever his name is, Dan has a Wikipedia article on his own or not. In this case, Barry Cossum does not have a Wikipedia article. He's not notable enough to have a Wikipedia article, but he is notable enough to have a paragraph on the ISSSC Wikipedia article. Again, this is done years ago, so I haven't really looked at this in a long time. So what I'm suspecting is going to happen is the Wikipedia article on the right will have an info box. It's going to have a lead. It's going to have some kind of mention about the director. If he doesn't have a Wikipedia page article about him himself, then it'll be a little longer than it would be if he did have. And then it's going to talk about what is going on with OnlyMarms, why it was created, and then maybe a section, I don't know, on government funding. I'll weave that in somehow. Maybe climate change and what a marm is, academics. Okay, so then of course there's no publications or anything like that I know of. Maybe there are. And then references, external links, and so on. So as I'm thinking this out, is the article I'm writing about OnlyMarms or the institute where they have where the research is done? I don't have an answer for that, because if this organization already has a Wikipedia article, I guess I should have checked that first, but no, I'm not that organized. Okay, I have a cat on my lap, I have a chicken behind me, so let's look and see. Stop him, calm down. Okay, I'm going to look this up really quick. Come down. Okay, let me look and see if Daniel Blumstein has his own Wikipedia article yet or not. Oh, look, while I'm doing this, I have no one watching now. Scared the two people off. They went running for the hills thinking, oh my gosh, Susan Gerbic is asking people to do stuff. There is a Daniel T. Blumstein. Let me show you this. Is this the same guy? An old photo of him. Professor, Department of Ecology and Evolutionary Biology, University of California, Los Angeles. Yep, there it is. Inspired by the screams of a baby marmot. This is not a very well written Wikipedia article. References, this isn't broken up. It should be broken up into lead. Then this is a mess. This is definitely a mess. Oh my gosh, this page is going to have to be. I'm going to have to work on this too. Okay. So what is the organization that is okay, the UCLA affiliated Rocky Mountain Biological Laboratory in Colorado will make about, okay, is this the organization? Rocky Mountain Biological Laboratory. Let's open up a new tab. Oh, look, there's a Rocky Mountain Biological Laboratory Wikipedia article. So, entonces, so should the OnlyMarms Wikipedia article be separate from the Rocky Mountain Biological Laboratory? I think so. Because obviously, I mean, this is yellow-bellied marmot. Let me think. Well, because the citations that are out there are about they're about the OnlyMarms. OnlyMarms, is that what it's called? I've already forgotten. Yeah. I think that maybe thinking this through. So now this is part of what goes on with Wikipedia editors. And this is why I have a cabal that I'm not consulting at the moment. He runs the Rocky Mountain Biological Laboratories Marmot program. Oh man. So what happens with this kind of stuff is I can create a Wikipedia article for OnlyMarms. That shouldn't be a problem at all. There's plenty of information about it. Once it's live and people start noticing it, other editors start noticing it, are they going to say it should be a standalone article called OnlyMarms? Because all the citations are about OnlyMarms. Or are they going to say it should be blended into the Wikipedia article for the organization? I can make it so it's redirect. So like if somebody types into the Wikipedia OnlyMarms and it goes to the Wikipedia article for the laboratory, but that's going to mean that the Wikipedia article for the laboratory would, the OnlyMarms would get only a few paragraphs about OnlyMarms. Maybe that's a good thing. Because there'll be a lot of citations about OnlyMarms, but he is in essence only saying so many things. Oh my God, what do I do? Why did I get myself into these messes? Still nobody watching. This is me with no makeup on, by the way. Don't freak out. I think what I should do is add the information to the Wikipedia page about the laboratory and get that cleaned up. It does. Another thing I'm going to need is the logo for OnlyMarms uploaded to Wikimedia Commons. And of course, I can't do that. So hopefully somebody, none of you who are watching this right now, maybe somebody can approach the laboratory people and ask them if they could upload the logo to OnlyMarms to Wikimedia Commons so we can use it on the Wikipedia article. I can change my mind. I can start working on the lab and then move over to creating a Wikipedia article just for the OnlyMarms. It's going to require me to completely rewrite the Wikipedia article for the laboratory. Well, I'll kind of rewrite it, which will take longer. But if I created the Wikipedia article for OnlyMarms and and then the editors come in and they have a discussion and say, it actually should just all go to the laboratory's Wikipedia page, then they're going to erase a large quantity of what I've written on OnlyMarms Wikipedia article because it can only be a few paragraphs, maybe 3, maybe 4 paragraphs on the Wikipedia article. I think that makes the most sense because that's probably what will happen in the long run anyway. See, that's how we work in GSOW. Having the conversation with nobody as if somebody might be listening. And they say I'm not transparent. You're literally watching me think this through in real time. I wonder what the views are for the Wikipedia article for the organization. Let's look and see. Okay, so the Institute, no, where is it? The Rocky Mountain Biological Laboratory has a Wikipedia article. Let me look at the talk page. See if there's anything interesting here. Look at this. Totally ignored. And hopefully this OnlyMarms is going to send a lot more people over here. This is the talk page. So here's the article. Here in the upper left corner is the word talk. It's always been there. Last comment was 3 years ago. So what it'll be is I'll put a sentence or two about this. See, the laboratory offers courses for undergraduate students, including the National Science Foundation funded REU students that provide support for researchers from universities and colleges. And then I would have to say something like, as of 2027, the Trump administration has cut, or the National Science Foundation cut it because they had to cut because of the administration, the Trump administration, and no longer provides support or researchers from universities and colleges. I'm going to have to include that, which led the director, Dan, whatever his last name, to create a fundraising effort called OnlyMarms, which is, and then I would say something like that. And then down here, I would have a category that says OnlyMarms, and then I would put all those citations in there that are OnlyMarm related. That's how this is going to look. Okay, so I'm going to make a copy of this. And let's go. I'm going to pull up. I don't want you to see all this until I have it. I don't want you to look at all my bookmarks. But there is a website. It's called Page View Analysis. Okay, now I can show you this. I just didn't want you to see my drop down with all my stuff on it. Okay, this is page view analysis. This is um, a true look at what is going on fame-wise with any person, place, or thing. And this is a public site. GSOW doesn't run this. And this is a way of measuring how much do people go to the Wikipedia article because it's in the public view. People, the name is coming up. People are looking at it for reasons. And it's a good judge of what's popular right now. I'm going to see, here's cat and dog. The cat is the blue, dog is the green. So you can see, I don't know why that went down in August. You can see that cat and dog is getting, cats get 225,000 views, dogs get 118,000 views to the Wikipedia page called Cat and Dog. I know it's silly, but that's what the default is. So I'm going to clear that out. I'm going to put the Rocky Mountain Biological Laboratory in here. I would suspect it's up because these articles are coming out about it. And it did have a little spike here, July 29th, which I think I mentioned was one of the articles came out in July, right about that time. But look, it's getting nothing. It's getting a daily average of 13 views a day. Page views are 397. That's really bad. This is a really, really, really tiny group that is getting no coverage in the media. It's probably one of thousands out there that are research programs. And GSOW, making sure they have really strong, well linked, in other words, the links go to other Wikipedia articles, hyperlinks, so that it draws more attention to the Wikipedia article, will help out with the, I guess, like an algorithm kind of thing. And it should help. Let's do, for example, so I can't do that. It says, don't do that. Don't touch that, Susan. Do not touch that, it says. Okay. Let's try a Google search or internet search for this. Just randomly, I don't think I've ever done it. Let's see what it comes up with. Wikipedia has outsized influence as far as, yeah, see, oh, somebody's watching. Hello, one person watching. It has outside influence. So I'm going to type the name in there. I'm going to put quotes around it. So hopefully it gets right to it. And let's see what comes up. All right, there's the first site it comes up with is its own article. This, and then the second is a Wikipedia article, which is really sad considering it's getting 13 views a day. So what happens with these searches, Google and elsewise, is that it is driven by views. So Rocky Mountain Biological Laboratory, the rmbl.org, gets more views than the Wikipedia article. Therefore, it goes up higher in the rankings. Okay, so whatever comes up first, unless it's sponsored, like somebody's paying for it, that's going to get the highest views. So Wikipedia is usually one of the first links, but it isn't always the top link. Okay, then you can see here, I have a trust still on here. Then you can see over here, it says the Rocky Mountain Biological Laboratory is a high altitude biological field station located near Crested Butte in the abandoned mining town of Gothic, Colorado in the West Elk Mountains. The laboratory was founded in 1928. Here's the address, phone number, and it cites Wikipedia. So if you go to the Wikipedia link and you click on it, it says it's a high altitude biological field station. So it's the Google search or any internet search is directly quoting the first or two lines, usually the first sentence or two of a Wikipedia article in this info box area over here. This is called a Google knowledge bar. And I guess it's got different names if you're looking on Edge or you're looking on, using different search engines, Duck or whatever. So the first line of every Wikipedia article needs to be really well crafted, because a lot of people do a search like I just did, and they read this and then they stop. They've got the information they want and they've moved on with their lives. So this is important right here to have that in great shape, that first line, because Wikipedia has outsized influence. It also will fuel AI and all sorts of things. People are pulling from the Wikipedia page for lots of reasons. Okay, so I guess I've talked myself into rewriting the Wikipedia page for the laboratory and then adding the content about OnlyMarms on it. I think that's what I'm going to do. I started out with a completely different idea and now I'm there. So, I think that's what's going to happen. Okay, so I'm going to end this video. Not that anybody's watching. Well, one person. Hi, one person. And I'm going to possibly do another live when I'm done talking about some of this again, because there's nothing more boring than watching me edit and try to think how I'm going to edit. And then I'll create this into one video and put it up on my YouTube channel. The YouTube channel I use is called About Time. And it's just my way of being transparent and accountable, because now that I've made this announcement that I'm going to do this, and I know at least Celestia Ward knows about this because she was helping me find citations earlier today. I guess I got to go through with it and I got to get it done soon. So, all right. So be on the lookout if you guys have any ideas or whatever. I mean, in theory, I can link to I could put something about OnlyMarms on the Wikipedia page for the rodent marmots. I can put a little link on there. And the TV show that inspired this guy who did this was called Margot's Got Money Problems or something like that. Maybe I could put a line on that TV show on their Wikipedia article about OnlyMarms. And then I could also maybe put a sentence on the Wikipedia page for OnlyFans. I can imagine that is massive. Let's take a quick look. Page views. I could guess. Okay, so I'm going to just put it right here next to it. OnlyFans. It's just one word. OnlyFans. Look at that. OnlyFans is getting 14,000, has one day where they got over 14,000 views. So on average, OnlyFans, the Wikipedia article, in this amount of time that I'm last 30 days, has 288,000 views compared to the Rocky Mountain Biological Laboratories Wikipedia page, which is under 400 views in a month. A daily average of almost 10,000 versus 13. So I will try to add a sentence or two to the OnlyFans Wikipedia page about OnlyMarms, in the hopes that people will click on, who are going to OnlyFans will be intrigued enough to go to the link, that the hyperlink, which will go to the Rocky Mountain Biological Laboratory and bring their views up. I call it the Goldilocks effect that GSOW does, by trying to kind of get people going from one link to the next link to the next link. And next thing you know, you've drawn people in from all these outside places that have nothing related. It's like a game, to get to the place where we really actually want them to get, which is to go to the laboratory's Wikipedia article and get more information about and hopefully maybe people will be influenced and donate and do something crazy like I'm doing, which is instead of giving money, and I'm not going to go into OnlyFans, but to make the Wikipedia article in the hopes that it will move their algorithm up and get more views and possibly be able to get donors and so on. I don't know. I think this is super clever. I think the people who are on that TV program, Margot's Got Money Trouble, I think they should come out and start soliciting for donations and stuff for Only Marms. I think that'd be hilarious. Uh, I don't see why this can't go viral. It's completely unique and very clever. And it is a way of talking about climate change and the funding. I don't even want to get, you know, it's so depressing what's going on in the world today. Having a project like JSOW makes you feel like I could do something. So, I mean, if you guys want to come and train with me, you have to be on Facebook and we communicate often. Well, as often as you'll let me. And there's just so much work to be done, but it's about 4 months of training, and you could do what I'm about to do, hopefully in the next few hours, if my cat doesn't drive me crazy. I'm going to strangle you. So good that my cats don't understand English, huh? You still love me, don't you, Hamilton? Yeah. Imogen's over in the corner sleeping. Edgar'd help me if he had little ways of typing, wouldn't you, Edgar? Okay, check back with me. Now I'm held accountable. I put it on Facebook. My God. Okay, take care, everyone. Hello, everyone. It's Susan Gerbic. This is day 2, 3, I don't even know. The Only Marms video that I had made. So I'll just edit these together and it'll be just one video. I'll make this fairly short because I'm done. I um I mean, it made it so easy with all the different citations that we had to do. I reformatted it, everything, and I'm going to show you some of the things that I did because I'm hoping that somebody will watch this eventually. Mm-mm. This is what I want to share you. So here's the new Wikipedia article for Rocky Mountain Biological Laboratory. I added this paragraph in the lead. And I mean, I just made this live a couple minutes ago, so I'm going to give this to Facebook and to the cabal, and people are going to go in there and pick and reword it and make it, change it around a little bit. And that's exactly what I want them to do. I really don't. I'm going to put it on my watch list, but I really am not that interested. If I'd rather people just make the corrections. I don't really care to have somebody say, "Well, you misspelled this," or I fix it. I mean, give me a freaking give me a break. So what I did was I didn't do much with this research area. I mean, I'm sure that's fine. I added the marmot study. I added the only marms paragraphs. That's more than 1 or 2 paragraphs. And then I took this photo that was on Wikimedia Commons. I tried to, there's a whole bunch of these yellow-bellied marmots photos, and they're great. But I wanted something long, I mean, up and down portrait, because I thought it'd fit better in the article. And I was looking for something that was taken in Colorado. I'd really like to find something taken by the Only Marms people, the laboratory. They call it Rumble, RMBL, Rumble. And I'm going to write to them because it looks like they have a Facebook page and email and all that. I'm going to write to the person who's in charge, this Emily Rinke, and see if I can get them to upload a image of the OnlyFans or the Only Marms, and if they want to upload like a video clip. Oh my goodness. Upload a video clip. That'd be great. Now I know there's still some, I don't like all this see also, it's just too much. I'm not gonna do anything about it right now. There's a citation that was an error before. I spent a few minutes trying to figure it out. I'll give it to the cabal or the Facebook people, and somebody will figure it out in a couple seconds. It's no sense me staring at it for an hour or more. This is what it looks like now. I use this R ref style, this right here. This is the what I train people to use. It's much neater, and you can see that it is the citations. There's no citations in here. They're just these little like call and respond kind of things that are in here. And all the citations are down here under references, and it just makes it neater. It's easier to edit. It's cleaner. You can see what's going on. It's just a style of editing. It's not going to make any difference to a person reading the Wikipedia article, but it makes a lot of difference to a Wikipedia editor. And it's just the style that I use. Oh my gosh, it's only 9 o'clock and I'm already starting to yawn because I haven't said anything to anybody in a few hours. So, I mean, one of the things I was apprehensive about is talking about how its funding was lost due to the Trump administration. But almost every citation said that the funding was lost because of the Trump administration. So I just left it in there. You know, people can figure it out. There was one quote that really explained it really well. It was here. That they were able to receive funding from the National Science Foundation, you know, up until 2001, no problem. That's when the director took it over. And it is this is the second longest research animal catch and release kind of thing study since Jane Goodall is the only one that's longer than this. It says that it lost its funding because they wanted to prioritize artificial intelligence, robotics, and nuclear energy while reducing the government's focus on life sciences. So he said that Blumstein applied for the grant, and he applied 3 times. And they finally told him, "Stop applying. We're not going to give you any money because you already have too much data." Can you believe it? I mean, how do you study climate change and evolution if 64 years is as long as you can go? No, you need long-term studies. And it's like $100,000 that'll keep them going for, I think, for 10 years or something. Even if it's 100,000 a year, good gracious, give me a break. They probably have that sitting underneath one of their chairs there in the government. Just like somebody has it in their desk drawer. They use it for buying gum or coffee or something. So, as I said, there's probably lots of spelling errors. Who knows? They've done a lot. They've even got a Fat Bear Week kind of thing going. It's called Fat Marmot Week. They're going to launch that in a few days, and they have an IPA. A brewing company up there in the area has a Marmot Tears IPA. I mean, come on. They're doing whatever they can. It's really great, but they probably won't be able to get the funds they needed. But who knows? Maybe they will. So I have a lot of other projects I'm supposed to be doing. I'm going to appeal to people in the cabal and other places and ask if they will go in and make some changes to the yellow-bellied marmot Wikipedia article, and talk about OnlyMarms. Also, this needs to be, if not only rewritten, they've got this on here. They got the little sentence on there. Who wrote that? Weren't I? Funcurch. Somebody did it August 18th. Oh, that's today. No idea. So somebody who I don't know added it, and that's nice. Maybe they saw what I wrote on the Wikipedia article before I made it live, but this needs to be rewritten with an info box and just made nicer. Also, I want to get the Margot. Margot's got money troubles. I'd like to get a mention on that Wikipedia article about the OnlyMarms, and hopefully that'll help generate a little bit more interest in what they're doing. So I'm done. I'm going to step away from this. I'm out of town Thursday. So today is Tuesday. So Thursday I fly to Seattle for a skeptic camp. So tomorrow I kind of have to do all the final stuff that I need to do. I haven't traveled in 6 weeks or something like that. So I've got to make sure everything's charged and I have all my batteries and my laptop on my presentations uploaded, you know what I mean? And then I got like 10 emails and messages I'm supposed to get back to. And I want to sit down and watch an episode of the series I'm watching on TV. I'm way behind, years behind, but I'll get there. So anyway, let me move this over to the screen. So this is an interesting project. The 2 or 3 of you who might watch this full video, I hope you found something that interests you. Leave me comments underneath if you have any questions. I'm an open book. I'm happy. I will share, no problem. And I'm just looking forward to finally getting something done that felt great doing it. I learned all about marmots and I learned all about this lab, and it was very interesting. Of course, the next Wikipedia article I write, I'll learn a lot from that, and then it'll just push all this new knowledge I have out of the way, and I'll I only remember whatever is the most recent thing, or I'll get them all mixed up with all the other Wikipedia articles I've written. I'll be like, oh, so this was considered a rewrite because it was a total rewrite. And so I will put it in our stat badger and it will count towards the Wikipedia articles that we do write, which I think we're at 2000. How many are we at now? My goodness. 2000, and I'm hitting the button now. I think we're at 222 million views. I just did an interview today. Somebody came to my house and interviewed me for an he's doing research. He's on a sabbatical doing research on conspiracy theories. 2,457, I think. Wow. Wow, that's a lot. I didn't even know it. 223 million article views. I doubt this is going to get a lot of views, but it's done. Okay. Cross it off the list. Take care, everyone. See you soon.